My oh wow moment came during my junior year of clinical. I was given a patient on the medical surgical floor, and instantly we created a profound nursing-client relationship. Thinking about this relationship today still makes me smile, and is one I'll definitely cherish and remember forever. After the clinical day was done, I realized how great a nurse-client relationship is and how important it is for patient-centered care.
My wow moment was during my junior year in clinicals at Park Rapids, and I was taking care of a post-op gastric bypass patient, and I had a few moments, and so I decided to sit down and talk with him and get to know him a little bit. Well, he said that was the first time anyone has taken that time to really get to know him. And towards the end, he had asked me what my name was and where I might be in the future. And he said he would drive across the state to have me as his nurse to take care of him. And so that was definitely my wow moment when I just knew that I was going to be a nurse.
I was able to go in on a C-section on my birthday. It was just a great moment being able to be there with the mom and the father and being able to witness the miracle of life. After the birth was done, I was sitting there in the corner kind of crying because it was such a great moment, and then afterwards I was able to help the nurse with the first assessment of the newborn, bathing the newborn, and taking care of the mom after birth. And in that moment I knew that nursing was right for me and it was something that I wanted to do forever.
My wow moment occurred junior year clinicals. I was in the peds unit. I was really nervous. I wasn't sure what to expect. I get there and turns out there was a child there who I got to care for. Initially when I got there, she was just so withdrawn and so shy that I couldn't really get anything out of her. But then as the day progressed, I started getting her laughing, joking, playing around, and she just seemed to be having a ball. That's when I realized that as a nurse you get to build these bonds with the patients you have and the patient's parents, and just the look of, they just looked so thankful to you, made me realize that I could do this as a profession for the rest of my life.
My oh wow moment was in spring of my junior year, and I was on the med-surg floor. I had a patient who was experiencing a panic attack, and she was having shortness of breath and chest pain, and she was super nervous. So I sat with her and held her hand and until her panic attack subsided. And before I left for my shift, her husband and her told me that I was going to be a wonderful nurse, and they thanked me. I just remember thinking that I'm so lucky that I get the chance to have such a wonderful and rewarding career.
My oh wow moment was last year during my internship, when I was able to meet a patient before her surgery and was also able to watch her surgery and take care of her the day after, and she was glad that I was in the room with her and got to meet her beforehand, and said that she trusted me to be in the room with her even though she didn't really remember me. And she was able to ask me questions after the surgery to see if I enjoyed my experience and what I learned from it, and it was great to get to know her on a personal level and watch her go through all the steps of surgery.
I would say that my oh wow moment would be when I had a post-op ped patient who had just had a tonsillectomy, and I went to go do my assessment on her, and I started with, head to toe, and I started to listen to her heart and her lungs, and she just kind of smiled at me and giggled. I didn't really know what she wanted, so I kind of just smiled back at her and I asked if she needed anything. And at that moment, she took the earbuds of my stethoscope out of my ears, stuck them in hers, and listened to my heart as well. I was 6 months pregnant at the time, so she listened to my baby's heart as well, and it was awesome. And I don't think I ever would have had that experience if I wouldn't have chose Bemidji State University as my school. So I would say that it was probably the best decision ever.